Hey y'all, we are at Corbin Laurel Lake KOA.
And we're gonna take you around, show you what they have to offer, a little bit of the camp store back there, and
Go ahead.
and it's not a huge place or anything,
That's
but
what I was going to say.
but they do have a pretty decent amount of places that you can get in here on. Some
It's
cabins.
60 or 70 spots.
Yeah, they got, I don't know how many cabins. We'll take a look at that. They do have a pool, but it has already been drained. So all we can show
Yeah, they
you.
were quick on closing that.
Yeah, all we can show you is an empty pool.
so our first impression since the first time we've been here, it's a small park like we said earlier. The amenities are there.
Yeah, they do have horseshoes over on the side where we passed by. Look like cornhole's supposed to be there, but they don't have it out right now.
The playground, the pool, the laundry, the shower house.
They also, I think on, what was it, Saturdays?
Yeah.
They do movie nights, which of course we missed that, so we can't tell you how good it is or how bad it is.
Well, and Saturdays, there's activities through October.
Yeah, I will say though that this location has been busy.
Very, but it's also been quiet.
Yes, very quiet.
We, as you see, are kind of up here in the no sewer hookup section by ourselves, so that's been nice.
Yeah, and so we don't have to worry about neighbors or anything else.
There are a few trails. They are not well marked.
No, and...
Well, the lake trail is, but the rest, no.
Yeah, which you will see that in a different video.
Yeah. Negatives, I would say the roads. They're all kind of washed out. Like we're used to, we just spent several months with sand and grass and a little bit of gravel roads. These are all gravel, but like I said, there's quite a few spots that are washed out.
Yeah, we passed a few. You might be able to see it in a video. They might try to pick some of that here in the future. It's hard to say.
Like I said, the store is pretty small. If you forgot something though, town is less than 5 minutes away.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about if you don't need to go into the camp store here. There's a Walmart right up the road, maybe 3 miles.
There's also an Aldi and various other stores.
So
the staff has all been phenomenal.
Yeah, it's been really nice about that.
And would we stay here again?
Yeah, I'll stay here again.
Yeah.
It's been a nice
we
stay.
used points, so we essentially got our second night completely free.
Yeah, that wasn't bad at all.
But yeah, I'd stay here again.
Hope you have enjoyed this video here.
See you later.